Welcome to Motivational Mondays. This is Fred Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today we're going to be discussing the environment. Now, before we start, make sure to like and subscribe, especially if you see some value in the videos. Would love to hear some of your comments below. So let's get into it. What am I talking about when I'm talking about the environment? Now, if anybody is a movie lover, it's got to be me. And one of my favorite movies, or the series of movies that I love the most, is the Rocky series. Now, between 1 to 3 were probably the best Rocky series there were. I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but Rocky 3 is the one that I'm specifically referring to. So let me just give you a short summarization of what the movie was talking about. One of Rocky's former competitors that became his friend, Apollo Creed, decides to go up against a Russian fighter. Now, he loses in that fight in Las Vegas, and not only does he lose, he also dies. And as a way to kind of save face of the American people, Rocky decides to come out of retirement and to go fight this Russian fighter. And not only does he decide to fight him, he also decides to go to Russia to fight him on his home turf. Now, the video is very dated. It's so 80s, or maybe even early 90s, where there was the, just the capitulation of the communists versus the democracy of America and, everything that went around it. Just seems like everything in the 1980s and 1990s was always Russia versus the US. And this was the capitulation of the movie that did that. And basically, this is the point that I'm getting to. Rocky goes to Russia and requests to be put in the middle of nowhere in a barn. And you see him working out. And that great theme song, of The Eye of the Tiger and, all those type of songs, they get to that theme and you see him working out and you see him getting pumped up and everybody just listening, just hearing that voice in my mind, okay, just hearing that song of him working out and pumping iron, doing, all kind of abs exercises and running in the snow and, outrunning the Soviet agents that are watching him, and all that type of stuff just in me creates fire. Just like that. Just like that. I want to go running when I hear it. Okay. I want to go work out when I hear it. And the point of that is once you're set in a certain environment, once you're put in a certain environment, to get into that headspace to actually do something active is very easy. So when you put yourself in a headspace or in a space, okay, outside or inside, okay, that is conducive to growth, is conducive to putting yourself in a growth-oriented mindset, you'll be much more successful. And last week we talked about get busy living, get busy dying. And get busy living, one of the things is get busy putting yourself in an environment where you can grow. Now, the simple example is also like a plant. My wife loves to leave the plants at different parts of our house, and certain plants just don't do well because of the sun, because of the exposure, because of, maybe the moisture of the soil or whatever it is. They don't do well in certain parts of the landscape. And so what we do have to do is got to move them, right? We put them in a better environment for that plant. And that is what we got to do. And you could change jobs. You can put yourself in an educational environment. You could put yourself with changing your type of friends. That has been known to actually, believe it or not, if you're seeing your friends are not, pushing to, grow and they're not in a growth-oriented mindset, then maybe you should look for people that can challenge you, friends that can challenge you. And that is something that is really very important into kind of putting yourself in that type of environment. That's what I'm talking about. Now, there's the environment within us of whatever happens on the outside. We still control how we react to it. And if we're put in a state, okay, the environment that we create inside of us, whether it be health, nutrition, physical activity, whatever it is for you, to put yourself in a optimal state, just like an athlete, just like being in the zone and you're going in whatever type of athletics that you follow, whether it's football or basketball, whatever it is, there's the concept of being in the zone. And when you kind of like tap into that headspace, or you tap into that, it's just, everything just flows and everything is just easy. But you've got to put yourself in that environment. So number one, after making the decision that you want to get busy living, put yourself in the proper environment. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week.